Hola chicos, soy señorita Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar del vocabulario de capítulo 5b. La información aquí está en páginas 266 y 267. So if you want to flip there in your book, you can see it there as well. This video will give you the opportunity to hear, see, write your words as we start working with them, which is awesome. And if you want to actually repeat them after I say them, that will give you just another way to help them stick in your brain too. Our big question today is, what vocabulary can I use to communicate in a hospital? And I'll tell you, as somebody who has gone to a hospital in a country where I don't speak the language, that this is a chapter that I hope you never have to use, but I'm glad that you'll have this preparation in case you do ever need it. It's also a really cool way. I know a lot of you want to go into medicine, and it gives you a neat way to be able to help people in that field too. So on this first page, we have a few of our vocab words and then a bit of a story to go with it. So we're going to start in that top picture. So tropezar con means to trip. And where we say to trip over, they say to trip con. So that's how you'll use that. Like if you want to say I tripped over the book, tropecé con el libro. Caerse means to fall. And then we have a couple of more advanced body parts that we haven't learned before. So el cuello is neck. Please make sure that you're writing these down in both Spanish and English as I go. El hombro is shoulder. Sorry, that has a U in English. La espalda is back. El codo means elbow. La muñeca is wrist. You might remember it also means doll, so you just need to use context. La rodilla is knee, and el tobillo is ankle. Also in this picture, we can see that la sangre means blood. And then lastly on these, we have la ambulancia, which means ambulance, no surprise there. And then la venda means bandage. We're also going to learn like crutches and cast and such. So we're in our little story here, and we have one more paragraph on the next page, but we can start seeing here. So he says, estaba bajando, and that's one of the grammar concepts that we're going to learn this chapter, the imperfect progressive. So like in English, in present tense, we would say está bajando, he is going down. Here, estaba bajando, he was going down. Caminando al lado de la escalera y hablando con Marta. De repente, so this cues us that I'll probably be preterite. Tropecé con algo. He tripped over something. Ay, me caí delante de la escuela. I fell in front of the school. Qué accidente tan absurdo. What an absurd, an accidente is accident. And then over here on this side, vinieron los paramédicos y me llevaron al hospital en una ambulancia. This form vinieron is from venir. The other grammar concept that we're going to learn in this chapter is a few more irregulars in the preterite, including venir. So it conjugates just like hacer and poder and those others that we've done, but the stem is vin. So the paramedics came and they took me to the hospital in an ambulance. When you're done writing down these words, feel free to move on to the next page. We have a couple more words here. El hueso means bone. Remember that we do not pronounce that H, so it'll just be el hueso. And then a little bit more of the story. So me dolían todos los músculos en el cuello y la espalda. All of the muscles in my neck and my back were hurting me. So the way that they say hurt is almost like use like an indirect object pronoun. So they hurt me. Me corté la rodilla y había sangre en mis pantalones. I cut. And here you've seen I cut like cortar el césped. Here it's like I cut myself. Not on purpose, but just like when I fell, I cut my knee and there was blood on my pants. Y mi muñeca, me rompí un hueso, and my wrist. Did I break myself? Kind of was what they're saying. So just like reflexive verbs, we're going to say un hueso, not my bone, because we're already saying my right here. So romper is to break. You guys have seen that, like with romper la piñata. So romperse is to break oneself. Once again, not on purpose, but just when you get in an accident. Que dolor. Dolor is pain. So, like, what pain? When you're ready, go ahead and go to the next page with us. We're going to look at a couple more new vocab words here, and then we have a couple more paragraphs on the next page. So, la inyección is an injection or a shot. Las puntadas are stitches. And las pastillas are pills. Down here, sala de emergencia is the emergency room. Once again, vocab that I hope you'll never need, but that I want to prepare you with just in case. La radiografía is an x-ray. Examinar means to examine. El enfermero and la enfermera mean nurse, a male nurse and a female nurse. And then we have a couple of words here that have to do with the ones that we already looked at. So an inyección we know is an injection. So poner una inyección is to give an injection or to give a shot. Dar puntadas is to give stitches or to stitch. This isn't like for sewing, it's just for medicine. And then sacar una radiografía is to take an x-ray. And then we have a couple of things in this final picture that you kind of receive as you're leaving the hospital. So la receta is a prescription that the doctor would give for medicine. I remember it like kind of like it's a receipt of your visit. Las muletas are crutches. La silla de ruedas is a wheelchair, literally a chair of wheels. And then el yeso is a cast. Feel free to pause this if you need to write down any of these words, and then we'll move on to our final page today. So let's read this one last little bit of the story. Cuando entré en la sala de emergencia, el enfermero sacó una radiografía de mi muñeca. Notice that this is in the preterite because there are events on our timeline. When I entered in the emergency room, the nurse took an x-ray of my wrist. La enfermera me puso una inyección y el médico me dio puntadas. The nurse gave to me an injection. Puso is from poner. That's another one of the irregular preterite verbs that we're going to work with. So the irregular stem is pus. She gave me a shot, and the doctor gave stitches to me. Luego, then, el médico me recetó medicina. So then, the doctor prescribed. Recetar is to prescribe, like receta is prescription. To prescribe medicine to me. Así me rompí un hueso en la muñeca y ahora necesito llevar un yeso por unas 6 semanas. Yes, I broke a bone in my wrist, and now I need to wear a cast for 6 weeks. Si me siento muy mal, el médico me dijo que puedo tomar una pastilla cada 8 horas. If I feel, sentirse is to feel. We talked about in the past, we'll usually use the imperfect. Very badly, the doctor told me that I can take a pill every 8 hours. Que día horrible. What a horrible day. These are the rest of our words for today. So on the last page, we'll just answer our big question. But if you need to pause for a second and write these down, feel free. All right, so our pregunta grande today was, what vocabulary can I use to communicate in a hospital? And to finish today, I'd like for you to please just write down 3 words that you learned in this video that you've needed to use in the past, and if you've never been to the hospital, that you think you might need to use in el futuro. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please go ahead and write them down now so that you can remember to ask me when you see me. Adios.